Welcome to the Laughing Through the Tears podcast. Welcome to the Laughing Through the Tears podcast.
Welcome back to the Laughing Through the Tears podcast with your host,
Michelle.
and Janet. It's been a long time, guys.
It really does feel like it's been a long time.
I almost forgot which house yours was. It's been so long.
Wow. Okay.
I was looking at the one like behind yours. I was like, no, but the thing's right there. I'm like, no, it's not one.
Wow. Okay. We do see each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't come here often unless we're recording.
That's true. Anyways, welcome back. Sorry for the disappearance.
Shit happens, guys.
We had a lot going on.
Yeah, we did have a lot going on. It was another hiatus. We would have announced that.
Yeah. No, it was just a lot going on. So that it really feels like it's been 3 weeks, but I don't think it has been 3 weeks.
No, it has not.
I think it's been 2. Anyways,
Yeah.
point of the matter is, very unexpected. It was not planned, clearly. So thank you so much for coming back to our channel. But because it has been a long time, we have a lot to discuss. We've been up to a lot. I feel like I've been up to a lot.
Not I.
Well, we're filming on Monday, which is April 21st. So yesterday was Easter.
Happy 420 as well.
It was Easter, and then on top of that was 420. So happy Easter to those who participate, and happy 420 to those who participate in that as well. It was a little upsetty spaghetti. Like, Saturday, Friday, just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jesus just can't get his day. You know, Christmas, the white man, you know, Santa Claus is taking over his day. And then Easter, also, Snoop Dogg now is taking over his day. Isn't that so sad?
Yeah.
I will say I didn't see a lot of Easter posts this year, I feel like. But I also didn't see, like, National Mota Day either. So I feel like there was, like, a mutual respect.
It was just another day.
Yeah. Well, for you.
Yeah. We'll just be chilling.
I don't know. But since it was Easter, we are Catholic women.
Yes.
And so in the Catholic religion, you are not supposed to eat meat every Friday. The period is called Lent. So during Lent, which is about 2 months prior to Easter, every Friday you're not supposed to eat meat up until the last Friday, which is Good Friday, which is the Friday before Easter. Now, my sister, as a good Catholic woman, my question to you, which we haven't touched on that subject, did you follow protocol and not eat meat every Friday? I think it starts like the 20th of March, somewhere around March. Was it? No, I think it starts like the ending of February. Yeah, because I do think it's like a month and a half. Did you follow protocol as the good Catholic woman that you are and not eat meat every Friday up until Easter?
I did really well the first week.
The first week?
And then everything went downhill from there. I kept forgetting, dude. And at that point, I was just like, I've sinned. I'm living in sin as it is, guys. You know, but they say that if God makes a little bend if you have an illness.
So it starts March 5th up until Good Friday.
Guys, did you guys hear the Pope died?
Don't try to change the subject. R.I.P. the Pope.
Oh my gosh, Pope Francis. Dude, I was so shook to find out he was only like in office for like 12 years. Homie, I felt like he was like around for like ever.
Only 12 years?
That's what I'm saying.
Ma, Vicky comió carne cada viernes.
She probably did too.
I don't think she did.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll do better next year.
You know, a lot of people complain because it seems hard for them to not eat meat every Friday. So you're able to eat fish. I
don't eat fish.
Or, you know, any seafood, basically. You just can't eat meat. You're not supposed to eat red meat, chicken. Like, you're not supposed to eat that. If you're sick, you can eat chicken. Shut up. She is not sick. She is fine.
I
You can't
have
eat
an
pork.
illness that is uncurable.
That has nothing to do with you not eating meat. Yeah, it's really hard for them to not eat meat. We in this household, not talking about Lent, but we eat seafood almost once a week. We like tuna. I love me some shrimp. Lenny loves salmon. So like, regardless of Lent, so it wasn't hard for us to Fridays not eat meat because we already eat seafood. And I know, listen, I make a mean quesadilla. And I know a lot of you guys are like, it's like macaroni and cheese.
Shut up, bitch. It's not.
It's not. I have the touch, okay? My quesadillas are bomb as shit, okay? Like, bomb. So, we would sometimes eat that too on Fridays, some quesadillas.
What would be your protein?
Cheese has protein.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Cheese has protein,
But
mozzarella.
like little.
Yeah. But it's not just like cream cheese.
Right.
But yeah, so we would eat quesadillas, like, let's say for lunch, and then for dinner we would eat like salmon or shrimp protein. So yeah, so it wasn't hard for us, but I will say like the last Friday we were like, okay, not because we didn't want to eat it, but it's like sometimes we're not in the mood for seafood on Friday, you know what I mean? But that was just like the last week. I can't wait to tell mommy this.
Can't wait to tell mommy that you're a whore.
You tell her that all the time.
Good. She needs a reminder that her seed is a whore.
Also, I learned something. So I started watching this new podcast. It's called The Toast. It's very popular. They're two Jewish women. They don't celebrate Easter, right? But they have Passover. I don't know a lot of stuff in English, okay? Like, I don't know the lingo, Spanish versus English. So, yeah, I don't know. But all I know is they do Passover. They don't eat carbs, like bread,
That'd be so hard.
the week before Easter.
Damn.
Yeah. No carbs. Isn't that crazy?
I'd probably do better at that, but it would suck.
I mean, there is a lot of alternatives now because of keto, keto being a big thing, the keto diet. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they have made it easier to kind of like apply to that. And I've always heard of matzah. Have you heard of matzah? So I've heard like people make like matzah balls and it's like a soup. They look kind of like
Dumplings?
like dumplings, but more like bready. And apparently that's their alternative is matzah. Let's look up exactly what matzah is. But yeah, they had like matzah pizza, matzah everything. Matzah, also spelled matzo, is an unleavened flatbread that is a key part of the Jewish holiday of Passover. It's made of flour and water and is eaten to commemorate the hasty exodus of the Israelis from Egypt, where they didn't have time to allow their bread to rise.
I understood maybe like 1% of what you said.
Point of the matter is they use that as a replacement for bread.
Okay.
They can't eat bread
Got it.
the week before Easter. So I thought that was interesting. I'm like, wow, it's not just us, you know? I don't know. I mean, it's just the week of, but that would suck. They made it seem like it wasn't.
But it's not long. Like ours is like for 2 months.
But it's only every Friday, so it's probably like the same amount of time.
Theirs is a week.
Four Fridays. It's like 7 Fridays.
Yeah, I failed, guys, and it's okay.
We'll see what Mom has to say about this.
She'll be like, "Ay, Vicky, yo te voy a perdonar," and I'll be like, "I know."
Well, yeah. So I thought that was interesting. That was good.
There's so many other things he would not forgive me for. I think he'll be fine with this.
Well, exactly why you should follow protocol, bitch. It's the easiest thing.
It wasn't on purpose.
Anyways, just thought I should. I thought it was so cool that, they have their own thing.
So I found out today that, I guess there's like a theory that the Catholic Church knows when like the world is gonna end and when like Diosito is gonna like rise.
Yeah.
So I guess in the 16th chapel, there's like portraits of like each pope that's been, you know, and I guess there's one more after Pope Francis, and there's no more because they already have like the things hung up to where each portrait's gonna go.
That's scary.
Yeah, and they think, could be wrong, I don't know, my sources could be wrong, that maybe after this next pope, done.
How long is that one gonna last?
I don't know. The one, I looked it up earlier. There's one who was the pope for 32 years.
I know, that's why I'm like shocked that Pope Francis.
I
only
know.
12.
I feel like he was there forever, but granted, I could be confusing him for another pope.
Maybe.
I just want to say that this pope, Pope Francis, was the most woke pope.
Well, I think that's why he got criticized a lot, because he
Yeah.
was the more woke pope.
No one ever wants to hear the wokeness.
But he was also the first Latin
Yeah.
pope, and I
was
learned that today at the
Argentinian?
gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I don't think I did.
I guess the longest in history is Pope, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Pius?
Pious?
Pius? The 6? Is that 6 or 5?
Chinsapa.
Okay. He was the Pope from 1846 to 1878.
We don't know Roman numerals.
32 years. What is that?
It's Roman numerals.
I know, but I
think you're right.
I think it's 6.
I think it's 6
Yeah.
too.
Pope Pius the 6th.
I'm sorry, no disrespect.
I know, but Pope Francis, man, you'll be missed. And did you hear that J.D. Vance visited him
Yeah.
prior to his death? Conspiracy.
Okay.
Just kidding. Please don't come after me. I don't know shit.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to the Jewish people, I've always wanted to go to a Jewish wedding. Like, I feel like they have like cool little, you know, little dances.
Right.
I would love to go to a Jewish wedding or like a bar mitzvah.
I'd go to a bar mitzvah.
I feel like those are pretty poppin' too, you know?
Yeah. They get on the chair, you know.
Like, I feel like they're just as poppin' as quinceañeras normally are.
Yeah.
Or even like Indian weddings, they look like they're a good time too. I know how to get down.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
You need to get some Jew friends.
I know.
Jewish friends. Sorry, I don't know if that's offensive.
So I've been reading this book on and off. It's called Conversations with a Jew. And the main author is Emmanuel Acho. He's a former NFL player who has gone viral for having a YouTube series called Uncomfortable Conversations. And he's had uncomfortable conversations with different people. And he's interviewing a Jewish woman. I can't remember her name, but she's like a famous Israeli reporter, and he's interviewing her and having conversations about, you know, their history basically. And in one of them, he does say a lot of people do find the word Jew offensive. And she's like, I don't. That's why I said that's why I asked you to name it Uncomfortable Conversations with a Jew. So I think some people are offended by it, some people are not, but from what she says, she's like, I'm a Jew. She's like, I think a lot of people did used to use it in a derogatory way. Yeah. But she's like, no, I'm proud to be a Jew, and I'm proud to be Jewish, and yeah, so.
Well, I saw a episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I guess one of the queens, I don't remember her name, is Jewish, and they were doing like a comedy show for one of like the episodes, and she was like, I'm a Jew, so I'm allowed to say that, and that's when I was like, oh, I didn't know.
What did she say? Oh,
yeah.
The word.
Yeah,
okay.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know that the word was like not like allowed. That's why you need to be educated. You never know who you're gonna offend and when you don't mean to.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. I think they used to use it in a derogatory way back then.
Yeah.
But I guess she's kind of trying to change the narrative on that. Yeah. From what she said in the book, so I don't know. I think it's just probably better to not say that.
Yeah, Jewish.
But I would love to go to a Jewish wedding or a bar mitzvah. I feel like it'd be so awesome. Or an Indian wedding.
Yeah.
You know.
Agreed.
But yeah. Alrighty. What else?
R.I.P. Pope Francis.
R.I.P. Pope Francis. What else did we do? We went bowling.
Yeah, for Leonard's birthday.
Your professional girlfriend did not win.
No.
She claims to be a professional bowler because she took courses in college.
Yeah, never go bowling with her because she's always like, oh, I'm so good. Homegirl, you took a course during college. She's gonna hate that I'm out here to so many people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not fair. But I did pretty good.
I think I did pretty good too. I lost, but I didn't get 0.
Yeah.
Every time I would go bowling with my cousins and my sister. They would never pick me to be on their teams because I suck. But I've gotten better.
Yeah, you're right.
And I feel like this last time was like the worst time because whenever I would go with Lenny, I would kill it.
Ooh.
I know, I've gotten better, but that's so sad. And so I asked Lenny, I'm like, babe, if we were to do groups again, and would you pick me to be part of your team? And he goes, well, how bad were you? He's like, yeah, I would pick you, babe. So mean.
Through sickness and in health.
Literally, not through bowling though. So yeah, not the best bowler, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I also went to the Raúl Alejandro concert last Tuesday. First of all, Utah for bringing fucking artists during the middle of the week. I had to ask for the next day off because I was not gonna do all that. You know, like it was a lot.
Yeah.
And everybody I've talked to has said, oh my gosh, it was the best concert ever. Oh my gosh, he's so talented. It was so good. You know? And he's so talented. I will say this, it's more like a show. It had 4 acts. It felt kind of like a musical in a way. Because there was like scenes and there was 4 acts. It was a show. To me, it wasn't like a concert. Does that make sense? And you know, when I go to a concert, I expect tra, tra, tra. All gas, no brakes.
Right.
And there was breaks. And you know, I don't want to pause. I want to keep it going. Like, that's what I want in a concert. I think if I would have known, like, that's what I'm going into, the 4 acts, it would have been a little different. So, you know, when I get asked, how was it? It was good. Only good? He's so talented.
But I think the people that went to go see him are, like, big fans. You just like some songs of his.
Yeah.
People will recite every song word for word.
Word for word.
Yeah, so...
But also, I didn't understand why the girlies around me were, like, losing their fucking minds over this man.
Because their panties get wet over him.
I think he's a very handsome man. I did not know, like, he was wetting their panties like that.
Yeah.
Like, losing their shit. And it was something simple as, like, there was, like, a commercial playing of him. And the girlies were losing their shit. And I asked my best friend, I was like, why are they losing their shit? It's just a fucking commercial. He's hot. Oh. My bad. I don't know. I feel it was good. It's just, you know, again, I expect you know?
So you wouldn't go see him again?
No.
Well, me and Wendell booked tickets to go see Chris Breezy Ho.
He does remind me a lot of Chris Brown.
Yeah.
He dances like a lot. He dances super cool. He has a good voice. He actually has a song with...
Yeah, Chris Brown.
Yeah, like, he does give off that vibe.
Yeah, but I hear Chris Brown's concerts are really good. And I guess it's different for Raúl Alejandro because he's known as a reggaeton artist.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah.
But we know where we're going for Chris Breezy.
Yeah.
So, we're stoked. He put out, like, a disclaimer, like, you know, he wears, like, red bandanas and all that stuff. He's like, listen, guys.
I saw that.
Maybe don't wear the red bandanas because you don't want to get into no smoke over you wearing this for my concert. Which, agreed. He knows.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that, yeah.
Yeah, but I have a black bandana top. I feel like if I went, that's what I would wear. That sounds cute.
Yeah.
I'm hella jelly. I'm not going.
We're so stoked. We're so excited.
I feel like, honestly, I'd be more into a Chris Brown concert.
Yeah. Well, that was one of Wendell's bucket list artists to go see.
Really?
Yeah.
She's been a Chris Breezy fan.
I think recently she's been really into him because that's like one of his songs is like the Residual song is like the only song that she listens to. But it is good, and we obviously grew up on Chris Brown, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time.
Do you want to talk about hot?
He
was my crush growing up. Remember that poster I used to have on my door?
He's a handsome man. Doesn't do it for me completely.
I don't know if he still does it for me, but at the time,
right,
he definitely did it for me.
Well, that's surprising because he's more manly now.
I haven't seen him recently, so maybe I just need to see him.
I'll tell him you said what's up.
I'm a married woman. Well, I'm gonna be a married woman.
I'll tell him you said hello, and that you had a poster of him on your door.
Yeah. That'd be so awesome.
And then I'll be like, I did not.
So why you here, bitch?
Because I like the songs.
Yeah. No, they definitely give me very similar vibes. I can see that. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't plan on going on any more concerts this year. But, you know,
the only debatable one is if Bad Bunny goes on tour again. But that's debatable because I've already seen him twice. The second one that we went to wasn't like the best. But I do like his last album, so that's the only thing that's making me want to consider.
Okay. I might get shitted on for this, but I don't fucking care. My best friend was telling me that on TikTok it's going around that he might do an Eras Tour version of Bad Bunny. The Eras Tour is Taylor Swift's big ass world tour that she did for like 2 years. Okay. I've seen Bad Bunny
Twice?
Twice, okay? And I know a lot of people who are huge fanatics of him. Love him.
Adore him.
And she's gone to go see Bad Bunny at a separate time as well. We've gone together once, and then we went separate a second time.
Yeah.
What I told my best friend is, one, I don't think he has a catalog of an Eras Tour, and she said that I don't know what I'm talking about.
I agree.
So that's debatable. I did say fine, right? He does not have the work ethic of a Taylor Swift. You can't convince me otherwise. The inconsistencies with people going to not just his last concert, but the previous one before that, some people, depending on how tired he is, people are like, no, it wasn't the same. No, like he got tired on day 2. You never heard shit about Tay-Tay. And I love Bad Bunny musically more than Taylor Swift. I do like Taylor Swift. But you never heard that from Miss Taylor Swift. Ever. Bad Bunny, though, I don't feel like has a work ethic to do a world tour like that. Eras tour.
I can see what you're talking about. But do I think that people will still lose their shit and buy tickets to go see him? Absolutely. And at the end of the day, that's all you really need. I do think this last one that got me like fucked up is, you know, usually they have like a DJ to get you hyped, to kind of get you going, you know. He was like, I don't know if it was an hour or 2 that he was late. But the DJ was playing opera music. Yes, me and Wendy were literally falling asleep. Opera. It was just like opera, orchestra music. There was no hype music.
That is weird because wasn't it like cowboy themed? Yeah.
So it was just like, and I also think it was kind of bad on us because we didn't do like our research on what like, obviously like that album, that's what he was doing, but we weren't really big fans of his last album. We just wanted to go see Bad Bunny, right? Even though because Wendy's never seen him, but I have, so we were like, oh, let's go. But I mean, either way, we were cool because we went to Portland for it. I don't know,
but that is weird.
It was really bad.
The pre-party is key. Like for Raul Alejandro, once again, the theme was like 1960s/1920s flapper girl mob era, okay? And again, everything was really like a musical. So when we first got there was no music, and then I think there was like classical music, and then like after a while I was like, dang, like what's missing? Like I'm like, the DJ? And she's like, yeah, like, you know, they usually have a DJ or something like that. And I think a little bit before the concert started, they did start playing like
better music.
But one of like the best things is a good DJ right before the concert. I feel like Romeo and Aventura are very good at getting a good DJ to get everyone hype. Like the DJ that you pick is key. And you should have one. It gets it going. Like, man, the one for Romeo last time, it was so good.
I agree. We even contemplated, like, leaving. Because he was an hour late. We didn't know what the hell was going on. The music was boring as fuck. We were falling asleep. It was cold. Like, we were like, we paid tickets. We paid money for this. So we stayed. And, you know, it was cool. But the first one was definitely better. But I would definitely think twice about buying these next ones. But I do like his album that he recently came out with, and I think it'd be a whole vibe. But again, you just never know what mood you're gonna get him in.
Exactly, that's my point. It's like and they're not cheap tickets. They're expensive.
And a lot of us are traveling out to go see him because he ain't coming to Salt Lake. Oh well, he did come that one time. But it's not very common for these big artists to come here, so we usually have to go out to go see them.
Yeah, like, the only song that I'm like, fuck, I would, like, kill to hear him, like, bah, 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 is the EEO one.
Oh, yeah. That song gets
down. Oh, man. I do like the album for the most part. But, again, it's hard because you pay a lot of money for these tickets, and he's not consistent. It's not.
I can see that.
So, I would think about it, too. I would hope, if he comes here, I would make more of an effort.
Right.
But go out of town, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would definitely think about it.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know. But
if he's in Puerto Rico the time that we're going, maybe. But then I don't know if I want to waste a day.
Tickets are sold.
No, like during that time. This is for his residency. Like if he's going on tour.
Oh,
Like I may consider, but then I'm like, I don't know if I want to waste a day of Puerto Rico to go see him.
No.
Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what unfolds.
Again, a fan of his music, but like, very inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just grown like very snobby. No?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while.
He is a Pisces. They're very with the water, you know? Up and down. Anyways, what else passed? Oh, National Sibling Day passed, and you still haven't gotten me shit.
You haven't gotten me anything either.
Yeah, but I called it out first, so I feel like you need to get me something first.
I got you.
That didn't count.
Why?
That was in celebration for our mommy.
I got you 2. One was for that.
You didn't tell me that.
It was.
You didn't even know.
It was an unspoken thing. I thought we were like there because our telepathy is pretty cool, you know.
Bitch, you wish you were that smart to fucking know. Anyways, National Sibling Day passed, and you know, I was wondering, what do you think it would be like if you were your own sister? Do you think you would love it, or do you think that you would hate it?
I think I would hate it. Especially like as a child, oh my god, I could not deal with myself. Oh my gosh. Listen, I have a teenager now, and she's not as bad as me, okay, as I was. I couldn't do it. Like, the fact that we didn't throw hands with each other is like crazy to me. Now, no, I couldn't do it. No.
So on the toast, you know, they were talking about that, and so one of them is like super over the top, like she's like so she loves herself, you know. She thinks
describing herself.
She thinks she's hot shit, you know. And I was just like, you go, girl. And then the sister, I think I definitely relate to her, but the sister, I don't feel like you guys are anything alike.
Okay.
But she is the more like calm sister, you know. That's really the only thing you guys have in common.
Okay.
But she was saying, so the calm sister was telling her She's like, I think, so I love being your sister. I think she has 3 sisters. There's 4 of them total.
Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of hormones, first of all. Second of all, she said, we love you being you, you know? But I think you would hate it if you were your own sister. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't think I could, you know, do it. She's like, but it would be so nice to, like, tap the other sister, you know, to, you know, play that role for you guys, because even stars like us need a break. And I couldn't relate anymore to her. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I get tired all the time of being the light in everybody's lives. You know what I mean? So, but if I was my own sister, like if you were like me.
Oh God. It's because someone needs to bring it back to earth.
I just feel like we would be the 2 biggest bitches.
2 snottiest bitches. Oh my gosh. No. See, I feel like me, it would just put me like in a dark hole if I had another sister like me. Because even though we're both pessimist, you're a little more optimistic. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It'd be a rough time. And I would feel so bad for Mom.
Yeah, I would feel bad for her too, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think I would like myself as being my sister, my own sister?
I think the things that you don't like about yourself are things that you would not like about them, and it would cause you like anxiety and stuff because you're seeing it from a different end.
I know.
Yeah.
But do you think I would hate it? I mean, there's things I don't like about you, and I still love being your sister. Do you think it would be like that, or do you think I would really hate my fucking sister?
I wouldn't say hate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with it, but she's right. Like, when I have anxiety, that person would just add more fucking anxiety to my plate.
Yeah, and I feel like if I was my own sister, we wouldn't keep in contact as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a no for you, for your own mental health.
Yeah. No. I can barely handle myself. Like, I cannot. And then I feel like if I were to be you and you were me, you'd be too hyped up for me to handle. Like, if I had to deal with your energy, like, if I took over your energy for a day.
Oh, if you were to be me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It would be so much.
This is not meant for the little.
No.
This is meant for the big dogs.
Yeah. It's okay.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, I'm like, what? I don't... Because we've talked about how...
Would we be friends if we, you know, and I said no.
If we weren't siblings, if we were friends and not siblings, would we be friends?
I think if we met now in life as, like, employees or something of the same place, we would become friends.
Yeah.
But I think as teenagers, I don't think we would be friends.
I think we would.
You think so?
I think so. You've had some shitty people in your life calling friends.
Right.
And I've always been awesome. I don't think we'd be like homies because she was a hood rat, you know, like a real hood rat. I went through my hood rat phase, but like she was like a real hood rat, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like
she tried out, I graduated.
Yeah. So I feel like she would be too far ahead and I'd be like, oh well, that's Janet, you know. But I feel like we'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and then as she matured,
yeah,
then, you know, we'd be homies.
But then I feel like if I had a sister like me, would I have gone out of that phase? Like,
I think so.
I'm assuming I'm still me, right?
Yeah.
And my sister is just like me.
I think one of you guys would have.
Another one would follow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just... Oh,
but you guys would still be, like, right now.
Yeah, like teenage... Which is what, bitch?
Like a crab hibernating.
Oh.
A little hermit.
It's because teenage years are such depressing times. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Is depression, how different is adult depression compared to teenager depression?
I think teenager, you don't quite understand it yet. You know, like, what it is, but you don't know how not to let it take you down.
So is it more scary? So it's more scary.
And as, like, an adult, you don't have a choice but to keep it moving.
But you know it's there. You know what it is.
Exactly. So it's just like you kind of know what you need to do in order to maintain it. And sometimes it's not as easy to maintain it, but you still keep it pushing because you don't have a choice, you know. Because how many people let their depression, even as adults, keep them from doing what they're supposed to as an adult.
But do you also think it's because our parents were so uneducated in depression? Like, what if you actually had a parent who understood what it was and that helped you get the resources that you needed to kind of at least be able to identify it?
I think...
Or do you think it would have been the same?
I think it would have been the same for me. I'm talking for myself.
Yeah.
For me, because I feel like mom did take me to counseling at a young age. She did let the doctor prescribe me antidepressants, and it did help me for that period of time. And she knew that I had depression. She even like told me. I think it wasn't until I went and asked for help.
Yeah.
That she was like, okay, you know, let's go see a doctor and stuff like that. I think it's just hard to grasp even when you hear it from adults that you have this, you have that, you know, because you're still kind of stuck in the pain that what's getting you depressed. Like you're like reliving it every day in your head. Mm-hmm. So you kind of need to learn, okay, you need to stop like having this thing in your head. Like that's in the past, leave it there.
Yeah.
So I think that was like the hard thing to train your brain not to do. But now that like the scar is there, like it doesn't really go away, but you know how to manage it better. And as adults, you get more busy, you get more responsibility, so you don't really have time to kind of like sit there and like let it like take you, like milk it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I would say it's harder as a teenager because it's more confusing. Everything as a teenager is confusing because you think you know shit and you really don't. So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I would hate to have myself as a sister.
Yeah, I didn't have depression as a teenager, so I don't know what that's like. I didn't get anxiety until later. I didn't even know what that word was until maybe my early 20s. I think I was describing the feeling to someone. They're like, "Oh, you have anxiety," and I was like, "Oh," but it didn't really trigger until I started working at Mac part-time, the anxiety, and that's when I started going to therapy.
You know, and that's been happening to Wendy too, that she never knew, like, what those things were, and I was like, that's what that is. And, you know what I was thinking the other day? I was like, when you go through, like, your anxiety stuff, and, like, you hit me up, and you're, like, telling me this and that, it's kind of hard, like, hearing, like, someone that you care about, like, going through these things, because it's familiar to you. But having to see someone have to like experience it, it's kind of like not a good feeling.
That's sad. It made me cry.
Well, I think you would have felt the same. Well, I think because it happened so fast, like early with me, it became like, oh, that's just a part of her. Like, I don't know, because you didn't have any of these things until like we got older. So I was like, damn, it's kind of weird that you had to like wait, I guess, because I feel like in a sense maybe it is easier to deal with it as a child because you know how to manage it better as an adult because you have that experience. And
it's probably just harder on the parents to have to deal with that.
100%. Yeah. And having to like see you have to like find your way to like manage it, which you're doing great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but it is kind of hard to be like, damn, like she's never really experienced this because you like it's such like a normal thing for you that you forget that people don't have the same things that you have.
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, even depression, I was diagnosed with seasonal depression. I think when my mom was, our mom was diagnosed with cancer, I think it was that winter, no? Or was it the winter before?
No, I think it was that winter because I even got, like, really bad seasonal depression, and I already have depression on top of that, so...
And I think you were the one that told me, because you went to the doctor, too, and that your doctor told you that seasonal depression that year seemed to, like,
skyrocket. Yeah, because I had been off of antidepressants for, like, really long time. Like, I was on it for, like, junior high, like, a little bit of high school, and once I felt like, okay, I think I can maybe learn to, like, guide myself without it, I dumped them down the toilet, and that was probably not smart, because you never know.
Right.
But I was fine for a while, and then your girl's back on them. But it's mostly because I get, like, anxiety in my sleep, so I start sweating a lot, so that's been helping with that too. But once I got a seasonal depression, that was really, like, rough. That took me back to, like, teenage times.
Yeah.
Because that was hard to get out of.
Well, are you talking about that year specifically?
That year specifically.
Well, that year, that was 2.5 years ago.
But even this last year, yeah, my birthday, I was going through seasonal depression again, and that was rough too.
But I feel like also those are two big events, like those 2 years that we're talking about.
That's true.
So, I mean, yes, I mean, the doctor told her seasonal depression that year, which was 2.5 years ago, was high.
Yeah.
And that was the first year, but I think also we experienced a lot in those 2 years. But because she has been suffering from that for a long time, and I always saw her, you know, suffer through that, and I didn't understand it as a teenager, seeing her go through it as a teenager, I was never the person to be like, I have anxiety, or I have depression, or I have this or that.
Yeah.
Like, I waited until I was diagnosed to be told, okay, oh, I really do. Even the depression thing, I don't really bring it up a lot because I feel like it's very minor to what other people experience. Like, you know, even my anxiety sometimes, but I feel like my anxiety takes the fucking cake. Like, for me, it's really the anxiety that I really struggle with. But because I saw my sister go through that at such a young age, I try to be careful in general with any type of illness or condition. Don't say you have it without being diagnosed by a doctor. I don't care what TikTok or Google tells you. Alright, there's people actually that have shit. Alright, and you're over here saying you have it, and it might not be anything, or it might be something else. You don't know what it is. It's just...
And if you do think you have this, go seek a doctor.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take antidepressants. It doesn't make you crazy. Go talk to a therapist. Doesn't mean you're psycho. Everyone needs help, and that's okay.
Yeah. Agreed. I will say, when I had the fucking... What was it? Food poisoning?
Oh, shit.
Bitch. That shit was wild. I remember not eating for days, and I was bloated.
Ew. What a horrible combo.
I was bloated, and it hurt. And I literally, every thought went... I did not go on my phone. But I literally was like, do I have fucking stomach cancer right now? Because it felt so crazy. I don't think I've ever had real food poisoning. And if I did, maybe I was little.
Yeah.
I don't remember having food poisoning. I know there's people that have it all the time, I feel like. I have not had that. I have a strong stomach, okay? I can take it. But that day, bro, when at night, I felt horrible. And I was so bloated. I had nothing in my stomach. And I was bloated. And
Damn, you were starving and still bloated?
Bitch. But, like, it's not like I was pulling it out of my ass. I know people that have had those conditions. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really feel like you have something, go fucking get it checked. And you best believe I told myself, if I go 2 days like this, I'm gonna go get checked. This is not normal. It went away, thankfully, the next day.
Yeah.
But
go see your doctors, guys.
Yeah, go see your doctor for sure. I think that was it as far as, like, the last 2 weeks for me.
I'm a hermit. I don't have much going on.
My gosh, I just told him my whole fucking life.
Wendell got a root canal.
Root canals suck. Toothaches.
I felt so bad, dude. I would have felt so sad because she was in so much pain. And she was sick, but she kept mentioning of her tooth because I just thought she had a cold. But then when she mentioned her tooth, and she had been complaining about her tooth for like a week. And I was just like, okay, you hear all types of stories. Like, if you don't get, your tooth could cause you to get sick and you could die. And that's all the things that were going through my head. And we went to, not me outing her medical stuff.
I know, bitch.
I'm just going to leave it there. But yes, go see a doctor.
Go see a doctor. I actually need to make a dentist appointment too. Yeah, go get it. Also, go make an appointment for your eyes too. Like, those are good too. There's a lot of things that they can figure out through your eyes.
You may not think that your tooth could cause a problem, your eyes, all these little things could cause bigger issues. So go get it checked.
Yeah, I need to go get it for sure. My teeth checked, my annual checked. Also, Lenny pointed out something that we first started out with promoting therapy a lot. And we hadn't done that in a while. And I did think about that. We're still about therapy, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go to therapy. We love therapy.
Yes.
Anybody want to sponsor us? Let us know, okay?
Yes. Go have that. Dude, I missed this last therapy appointment.
Did you message her?
Yeah. I was like, I am so sorry. Like, I'll pay any, like, no-show fee that you have. I felt so bad, and I was like, fuck, dude. That was my chance.
Did you schedule another one?
No, I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while, and I feel like I always wait until, like, I erupt. But, like, I've been feeling fine.
Yeah.
And I have been reading a book that she recommended, and I feel like I really chop it up to that book. But I do feel like I should still make an appointment with her just to make sure it's not one of those things where I'm telling myself that I'm okay. And then, you know, later on I'm not okay. I'm like, maybe I should just go just to make sure everything's cool.
And we may not be promoting it on the camera, but we are promoting it outside of our lives.
We do.
Because my girlfriend is now in therapy. And she sees the same therapist. She loves her. We are making moves, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone needs therapy.
We have the same therapist. All three of us.
No, the first time, her first visit, I was with her.
Oh, nice.
Because she wanted me there for, like, you know, first time stuff. And I was like, hi. She's like, oh my God, is Michelle gonna come out? And one door was like, come on out, Michelle.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That's so cool. I do need to make an appointment with her.
Yeah. So, we are making progress.
Yeah. All right, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Another thing that we've been, doing, or we did actually, I don't remember, I think it was the last time we did a podcast, we started watching Love on the Spectrum.
So cute. So funny.
So we've been watching it. We watched season 1, season 2, US.
Yeah.
I forget that they have
I'm still on season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Love on the Spectrum, season 3 came out. It is so stinking cute. I love it so much. We binge watched that shit that weekend.
Yeah, when she told me to start watching it, because she had been telling me, and I was like, I guess I'll stop watching my true crime and murder stuff to watch something cute. And she's like, please do.
I just think they're so cute.
They are cute.
And they apply to be in these positions. There was one girl that I don't remember. I don't think I saw her past season 2 or season 1. I don't remember, but she was autistic, and she kind of went, like, a little famous because she was dating a blind guy, and she picked him up to go to dinner, and he broke up with her during dinner. So she was like, I picked him up to go on the date so that he could break up with me. And she was saying after, you know, people were like, why weren't you on season 3? I don't remember her name. And she was like, well, I applied to be, you know, in the new season, but they said that my story had already been told. So
that's a little rude.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, they do ask to be, you know, on the show.
Yeah.
But I think it's adorable, and I love how they have no social cues. And, you know, I'm sure that's why they get bullied too, because they have no social cues. But it's a little refreshing for them just to be themselves and not care about anybody.
And honestly, what I like about it,
what people think, sorry.
Yeah, it's educational as well. Because if you have any, like, maybe, like, you think someone that you care about maybe be on the spectrum, you can maybe put 2 and 2 together when you see this show. And I feel like, you know, it's definitely. Anyways, and there was an episode that I saw. It was with, what was his name? Sabud. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I know who you're talking. He was Indian.
Yes.
He was Indian.
When the mom broke down, because they asked her, how do you feel about your son dating? And he's like 32, I believe, and he's never dated. I'm really happy because I think about, like, who's going to be with my son when we leave. And I feel like that's a lot of parents' fear when they find out that their kid is going to be on the spectrum, you know. Yeah. They fear like they're never going to live like a normal life. They're never going to be able to experience this. And I feel like that show kind of may help parents who are fearful of this, that it is possible. And I love that they bring out coaches and mentors to kind of help these the people who are on the spectrum. how to manage a date, how to talk to someone,
relationships in
yeah,
general.
because I feel like that they don't know like the cues and how to like talk, and that may offend people. So I like that people are taking their time to show them, hey, it's like this is good, slow down, like that. I just love that. Like it was really touching, and I feel like people who, and I know it's easier said than done, but your kid may be able to,
They
live
might have a future,
life.
yeah.
And I know that's not the case for everyone, and for all the parents who are dealing with that, shout out to you.
Yeah, but it was so weird. Like in the comments, there was a post. Oh, it was like one of those parenting Instagram accounts, and one of them said, "Don't tell me I'm brave or doing an outstanding job if I have a disabled kid." And people in the comments, it was mixed. Like there was parents in there saying, "Yeah, thank you so much for saying this. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and you telling me that I'm being brave or doing this I don't like that." And then there were some other moms that were like, my kid is disabled, and I'm not offended by this. Like I want to be acknowledged. Like this is hard. Parenting in general is hard. This is just another layer. So I don't know, but I feel like
I can see both sides.
There's a lot of, I think intent matters in this, and I don't know. I just, I feel like intention matters. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, a lot of us are just like, wow, like, because, I know, like, at the end of the day, if we were to have disabled kids, we're going to do the damn thing too. And it's not, I follow some moms with kids with Down syndrome. They're like, honestly, most of the time I forget she has Down syndrome. And she's just a normal baby.
Yeah.
So it's just, but I think it's cool because there is a stigma.
Yeah.
And maybe some of it.
Stigmatism?
No, I corrected myself this time. I think it is true sometimes. I think obviously there seems to be levels to this. So depending on where you're at, I think it is harder sometimes for the parents and the kids in those situations.
And in other situations when you find out that your kid may, be on the spectrum or come out with an illness, there's people who decide to terminate the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
That is also okay.
Yeah.
Point blank and period.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain nothing to nobody. You know? But I understand the fear, and I think that this being put out to the light, that there is people who are on the spectrum who are putting themselves out there to live a normal life. Normal, right? Because what is normal? Is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool, and it's so inspiring because they go through the same problems as us. Like, it's no different. Obviously there's different obstacles, but it's just it's good, nice to see.
Yeah, it gives you hope. Like, let's say we were to have a child with, and it's like they have, some of those people on there have their own apartments. They go do their own groceries.
Bachelor's degrees.
Yeah, they go to school. Like, they have their jobs, and it's just like,
don't count them out.
It just shows like how much time has progressed, technology, resources, education. Like, I do feel like we need shows like that to educate us, and us educate our kids.
Because you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the show. I think it's so cute, and
one guy that I really, really love so far from what I've seen, because he looks like he's disgusted whenever he has to, like, talk to people. What's his name? James. He is just so appalled when it comes to, like, the thought of humans. And I love that he has, like, things in his room for, like, conversations, to make conversations. And he's like, well, no one really comes here. But I just love him. He's so funny.
Especially in season 3, I think it's so funny, the relationship that he has with his parents. I feel like his parents love to fuck with him.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
you gotta
so
have
hilarious.
fun with it.
Oh, especially the dad.
Oh, yeah.
No, Dad. And then the dad just, like, you can tell he's just, like, fucking with him on purpose. And it's just funny because We all do that. I fuck with my mom all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just funny to see it on there.
I just love that he gets like appalled, like, oh, I guess I have to talk. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm like, dude, relatable.
Season 3 is pretty hilarious. He's hilarious in there too. Also, so you haven't watched season 3, right?
No.
Okay, so like I feel like Danny got a lot of shit in season 3, but fuck that girl. I'm on team Danny. You know what I'm saying?
Danny.
Yeah. Don't talk shit about my girl.
Okay, hold on. She trips me out just a little bit.
Yeah, especially season 1.
Yes, and I'm still on the first season, okay?
Yes, I agree.
I have seen clips on TikTok where she makes her urges known.
Yeah.
You know, understandable.
Yeah.
She is a woman at the end of the day, and, you know, she doesn't know how to, like, kind of, express herself, I guess.
I think she's doing a great job at expressing herself.
She's very blunt.
She is.
The first season throws me off a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because they talked about her making out with a cupcake. She has a practice boyfriend.
I can see how season 1 threw you off with her.
Yeah,
I was also like, I'm so confused on what she wants right now.
The aunt and uncle that raised her.
Yeah.
I'm not talking shit, you know. It just threw me off a little bit, you know. But at the end of the day, people, you know, she's gonna do what she wants. You know, she's a grown woman. She knows what she wants, and she's making it clear.
Yeah.
But when she was on the first day, she's like, I am so in love with you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared for this. I'm like, girl, no, you're not. But
you gotta keep watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I know that it's not that guy because I've seen clips on TikTok. It just threw me off a little bit. And I think it's also like me being uneducated, because when I saw her take a shot before the day, I was like, oh my god, why is she doing that? She's a grown woman. It doesn't matter if she's autistic.
Yeah, no.
She's grown. And she's gonna do it. And that's when I was like, okay, you need to shut the fuck up and keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that the aunt, anytime like she feels like her niece needs it, she makes her a little margarita. I'm like, that's the kind of support I need, you know?
Yeah.
Here you go.
And I do like when they were like, so you're a gold digger, and she's like, yeah, I guess. Own it, bitch.
She's definitely very confusing at the beginning, for sure. But I feel like
you understand
she evolves.
More? Okay.
She evolves, and I feel like she really tries.
Okay.
And you know, it didn't, you know, it is what it is, but I'm team Danny.
Okay. I'll wait to see if I'm team Danny.
You need to watch it, because there's more I want to say, but I don't want to give it away. Yeah. So you need to, like, catch up so we can talk about it next time.
Okay. Abby.
Oh, I love Abby.
I love that she references The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
And when she's like, she says she feels like she's Ariel because she doesn't know how to use her words when Ariel lost her voice. I was like, oh my god, that's a good way to, like, look at it.
Her and David are so cute.
I've only seen, like, a little bit of David. But I do like that he said doesn't like horror movies or clowns.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
Yeah.
I don't mind horror movies. I just don't like scary movies. There's a difference. There is. Because
we don't like demon shit.
I don't like demon shit. I'm a woman of God.
We're Catholic, like we said. R.I.P. Pope Francis.
You didn't even follow Lent. And not eat meat.
Make me less pure, Michelle.
No. Yeah, I love Love on the Spectrum on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely watch it.
It definitely makes you shut the fuck up and, like, stop complaining about bullshit.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's just cute to me.
It is cute.
Yeah, but it helps you be more aware. Yes, be more aware. That's just what it is.
You just never know. Like, the CEO of your company could be on the spectrum a little bit. Like, don't count them out. Don't think you know everything. Just because someone says that your kid is on the spectrum doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. Doesn't mean that they're not smart. Doesn't mean that they're not capable of doing this and that. No. It just means that they're going to require a little bit more help. And that's okay.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, dang, this is a long episode.
I know, we didn't even get to everything.
I know. That's more for next time.
God, jeez, my guys.
Yeah, we had a lot to cover. Anyways, okay. Well, I didn't even think about this, but our love-hate segment.
Oh, shit. I love Love on the Spectrum.
What a cop-out, bro. Let's see. What do I love? There's a lot of things that I love. Okay, so I'm only halfway done through the book, but I do love my book. It's called The Let Them Theory.
Oh, God.
Shut up, bitch. I'm gonna change women because of this book, guys. That's how good it is, and I'm only halfway through.
Bitch, you were 2 pages in, and you were already telling me, oh my God, I identify as this. Oh my God, this just reassures me. Oh my gosh.
I was 2 chapters in. Okay? Not 2 pages in. I'm a changed woman. I'm halfway through the book and I'm a changed woman and I'm not even done with it. My therapist actually recommended it to me because I was telling her about the bullshit, you know? She's like, you need to... She's recommended books to me before, but like I was really struggling, okay? Specifically with work, guys. And, you know, work is work. I take that shit very serious. So I needed to like get through this. And she recommended this book to me. And so I was like, you know, I think I need to take her serious on this one. Mm-hmm. And so it's a really good book. I'm sure everyone has heard about it. It's a really popular book right now. The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. She also has a podcast too. So yeah, really good. I love it. It applies to anything professionally, parenting, relationship wise. Yeah, it's a really good book.
What do I hate? I feel like I had something in my head earlier, now I can't think of it. I hate that my sister underestimates me. Let's go back into shut the fuck up.
Let's talk about therapy now.
Let's go back into time, right? I have been with this woman for like 29 years of my life, and I lived with her for 28 years of my life. And as you can see, she's the bougier sister. She's the one that gets all dolled up and, you know, whatever. And she has instilled that in me to not look like such a boy, you know? So she's always like, Vicky, you gotta get cute.
I was.
Shut the fuck up. So your girl has been bumming it a lot lately. She bums it majority of the time. But when it's time to show up and show out, I know what the fuck to do. So we have plans to go wedding dress shopping, and as the maid of honor, I have to show up and show out. So I called the bitch because I'm having a little hard time getting the vision of what I want to wear that day. And she's like, you're gonna get cute? And I'm like, yeah, puta, I'm gonna get cute. We're going wedding dress shopping.
I don't think I said it like that.
Shut up. And she was like, I'm so shocked. I expected nothing from you. And I was like, excuse me?
Not in that way.
Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. This is my moment. And she was like, I wasn't going to tell you anything. I was just going to let you do you. I'm a new woman. I've changed. Like my book says. And I was like, bitch, how do you think you're going to like bully me for like 28 years and tell me, oh, Vicky, you look like such a boy. Oh, Vicky, don't be such a man. Oh, Vicky, you look like a lesbian. You know? And not me like understand when I need to understand the assignment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm bumming it, oh my gosh, this is not the time. If I'm bumming it, it's because it's not like that kind of event. It's that event for her all the time. But I just don't have that energy in me. So I do what I can, you know? But when it is time, say it with me, to show up and show out, I will do just that. So fuck you.
And that's on period.
I'm gonna fucking post pictures that day and that will be my caption.
What you just said?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyways. I don't know what I hate this week.
Because I don't bring anything to you. I'm great.
You're not the only person in my life. There was something I was bitching about the other day. What was it? I don't know. There was something though. I don't know. This is very minor, but I guess I hate when things are closed when they're not supposed to be. You know?
Easter?
No, I mean that too. Like we live in Utah, right? So everything is closed on Sundays, and sometimes we want liquor on Sundays. But not even that. Like there's a lot of, you know, restaurants that are closed on Sundays. What got me to say that is that one day on a Monday we were off, and we went to go get carnitas to this place, and it's a Mexican place. Well, it's a Hispanic place. I'm pretty sure they're Mexican because they say Michoacan on it, so that's Mexican. I'm trying to be really careful to not like say everyone's Mexican.
Not categorize everyone.
Yeah, because it pisses me off. But they say Michoacan on it, so that's Mexico. But they were closed on a Monday. They're closed on Mondays. Like, what the fuck? That is the most odd day. Like, it makes sense from a business point of view if you think about it, because they're not going to close on a Sunday. Like, that's when they make money, you know? But a Monday?
Everyone needs a day off.
Hire more people. It was very inconvenient. And I know a lot of Asian places are closed on Monday. I knew that. Not sure why. I didn't know if it was like a religion thing.
I think Rundle told
I don't know.
me because we went to the Asian store on Easter.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot what she told me, honestly.
Well, yeah, I knew they were closed, but Mexicans closing? Whoa. That's not the kind of Mexicans I'm used to, so I was appalled.
It's okay.
Anyway, so that's my hate. It's just, I wanted some carnitas on a Monday. That sounds delicious right now, actually. I'm hungry. Anyways, but yeah, that's all I had. Thank you so much for watching. Please listen to us on Spotify. We are on Spotify. Please like our video. Please subscribe. Please go watch the rest of our videos. Thank you so much for coming back and listening to us again in our shenanigans.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.